Welcome to Elevated Understanding. You just survived a raw, unrelenting test that could have broken you. Yet here you stand, stronger than ever, on the verge of massive prosperity. If your entire being resonates with the triumph in these words, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and comment 77 to tell the universe you're ready to receive its bounty. Chapter 1. Confronting the Gauntlet of Grit. There was a moment when your faith and determination faced their harshest assault. You found yourself pinned between your own doubts and the world's relentless demands. This test was no mere inconvenience. It was a crucible meant to reveal whether you buckle under the weight of stress or rise and fight for your rightful place among those chosen to break boundaries. Every fiber of you was tested, your integrity, resilience, and clarity about what you deserved. People who once offered lip service support seemed to vanish, or they turned critical when your vision got too big. You watched your resources dwindle, each drop of energy spent wondering if the universe had forgotten your pleas. Still, a spark of trust lingered in your chest, hard to hold on to, but unextinguished. Then, as if out of nowhere, your resolve hardened. You found yourself refusing to let adversity define you. The nights spent in silent anguish turned into nights spent plotting your comeback. You began to see how the test was forging you from the inside out, a metamorphosis that transmuted every moment of near defeat into polished steel. This was precisely what the watchers, skeptics, and hidden critics hoped wouldn't happen. They expected your collapse, the meltdown that would confirm their belief that you would never amount to anything beyond your current limitations. But you reversed the script. Rather than bend your knee, you rose, battered but unbowed. Think about the invisible scoreboard that tracks your spiritual grit. Each time you overcame a new challenge, the scoreboard blazed with more evidence of your unstoppable core. That unwavering stand proved you were no dabbler, you were in it for real. That's the pivot. Once you display such raw determination, the universe can't help but respond. The watchers might call it luck, but it's deeper than that. It's cosmic law. Pass the test, and your path to abundance becomes not just possible, but seemingly magnetized. The universe invests in souls that demonstrate unstoppable faith and dogged perseverance. By climbing out of your trial with your head high, you broadcast the message, "I am ready to carry the blessings meant for me." Now, the transformation sets in. You sense a subtle shift in how money, opportunities, and fortuitous alliances drift toward you with minimal effort. Before, you toiled just to keep afloat. Now, your energy focuses on big leaps rather than survival scrambles. This sudden wave can feel surreal, almost too good to be true. Don't shrink from it. Embrace it as the rightful result of your moral and spiritual triumph. The watchers might attempt to cast doubt, to say you got lucky. Let them speak. It won't derail your momentum. You've earned these breakthroughs. They're the universe's direct acknowledgement that you overcame the gauntlet. Despite the euphoria, don't forget the core lesson. Adversity was your teacher. The test you conquered was not a one-off fluke. It's a pattern. The universe periodically checks if you remain worthy, refined, and humble enough to wield increasing levels of influence and wealth. So hold on to the wisdom gleaned from your ordeal. You are stronger now, but stay alert. More expansions lie ahead, each requiring renewed grit. In the meantime, exhale and welcome the opportunities soon to cascade into your life. Your triumph was the ignition. The abundance that follows is the rocket you ride. Chapter 2. The Cosmic Merit Behind Financial Flow. Why does passing a spiritual test unlock tangible resources like money, career growth, or vital alliances? It seems strange at first. How can intangible grit translate into very real dollars or material stability? Yet, The universe operates on principles more profound than standard logic. The intangible meets the tangible through an energetic exchange. You overcame a test that required heroic faith. So now the universe entrusts you with greater capacity to manifest. In simple terms, imagine the universe as a grand, watchful caretaker of resources. It observes how you handle the friction between adversity and your calling. If you panic and retreat at the first hint of discomfort, that signals you may not be prepared for the complexities of significant blessings. But if you stand your ground, push past illusions, and hold your moral code, the universe reads that unwavering stance as readiness. With readiness comes the green light. You can handle the responsibilities wealth and success bring. So, it funnels greater abundance your way. This synergy of internal fortitude and external rewards is no whimsical notion. History is studded with visionaries who endured brutal phases of near despair, only to erupt into unprecedented prosperity. Their darkest nights honed them into unstoppable forces. It's the universe's refining process, like forging steel. Once the metal can endure the highest heat, it's fit for a sword of legendary strength. You, chosen one, have become that blade. But let's be clear, the universe doesn't bribe you. It isn't offering a "congratulations, you survived, here's some cash." Instead, the universe flows resources in your direction because your new spiritual alignment resonates on a frequency of abundance. You see, fear and scarcity hamper your magnetism. Perseverance and faith tune you to the channel where opportunities broadcast. The watchers might call it coincidence, but it's more like resonance. Now that your mindset is steel-willed and unwavering, those old illusions of never enough break down. The cosmic caretaker sees you can handle more, humbly, responsibly, passionately. Notably, this new financial flow doesn't always come as a lump sum. Often it appears in incremental leaps, each forming a step forward. You might meet someone who invests in your project, land a job that doubles your income, or discover hidden talents that bring fresh revenue. The form is fluid, the principle solid. Your synergy with universal law opens up channels for prosperity you never knew existed. Listen for those intuitive nudges. They might guide you toward the next right move. Be prepared, though, for heightened responsibilities. With more resources, bigger tasks and demands arise. The watchers might creep back in, or new folks might appear, trying to attach themselves to your success. Discern who is aligned with your renewed spirit, and who seeks to exploit your growing wealth. This is where your newly forged confidence and clear boundaries matter. You're not just collecting money for money's sake. You're stepping into a larger destiny that requires resources to fulfill. Every bit of wealth is a tool you can wield for impact. Let that purpose guide your decisions, ensuring your success doesn't corrode into arrogance or reckless indulgence. In short, your moral triumph was no small event. It was the universe's final way of verifying if your backbone was as strong as you claimed. Now that you've proven it, the gate to money magnet mode swings wide. Stand tall, remain humble, and watch as the seeds of unstoppable abundance begin to blossom in unexpected ways. You've earned it. Chapter 3. Identifying the hidden blocks that kept you small. Even though you've passed the big test and begun attracting new opportunities, there's an equally important step: recognizing the subtle mental anchors that once sabotaged your growth. Those hidden blocks nearly undermined your ability to pass the recent ordeal, and if left unchecked, they can still hamper your capacity to fully receive or manage your incoming blessings. What are these hidden blocks exactly? They could be limiting beliefs about money. Perhaps you unconsciously view wealth as corrupt, or you internalize the idea that you should only just scrape by. For some, it's a feeling that they're unworthy of any grand success. Others harbor deep resentments toward the wealthy, or carry shame from childhood about not having enough. These narratives embed themselves in your psyche, creating an energetic mismatch. Even as external doors swing open, you might sabotage them, either by failing to notice opportunities, downplaying your achievements, or ignoring your own creative sparks. The watchers in your past might have fueled these blocks, possibly telling you, money changes people, or you're too naive to handle big success. They planted seeds of doubt that your dream job was out of reach, or that you were just lucky when something did go right. Over time, you swallowed these statements. They festered, shaping your worldview. Every time you tried to break free, their echoes roared in your head. That's how cunning these blockages can be. They disguise themselves as just being realistic, but in truth, they strangle your ability to flourish. Since emerging from your brutal test, your consciousness is raw, yet more malleable. You can no longer afford the comfort of old delusions. Now is the moment to systematically uproot any belief that whispers you're destined for mediocrity. If the watcher's negative voice replays in your mind, recognize it as foreign. It doesn't belong to you. Reject it. Replace it with affirmations. I am worthy of every good thing. Money expands my ability to serve my purpose. Speak them daily, for repetition reprograms your spirit. Caution, dismantling these blocks might unearth painful memories or regrets, times you gave up too soon or let cynics derail your goals. Let them surface. Face them head on. This is your chance to release the emotional charge they carry. By acknowledging the sting, you rob them of their power. Then you can store the lesson. I will never again let someone's disbelief overshadow my faith. And jettison the pain. This introspection also reveals how embedded illusions sabotage your fresh momentum. You might see a new career door open, but that old timid voice insists you're still not qualified. Or a windfall of finances might appear, and you panic, feeling guilty or uneasy about receiving so much. Recognize these reflexes as the vestiges of your old self. The universe is trusting you with these blessings for a reason. Don't let fear camouflage itself as humility. Ultimately, you must remember that spiritual growth and material bounty can and should coexist for those with pure intentions. You didn't pass your test to remain chained in self-doubt. You passed it to amplify your influence, spread positive impact, and savor the life your soul was always meant to have. Clearing your hidden blocks cements your readiness. Soon the watchers will see that your success doesn't waver because you've removed the internal sabotage. Freed from these anchors, you become unstoppable in harnessing the avalanche of blessings on the horizon. Chapter 4. Embracing a warrior's self-worth. Now that you've dismantled the delusions that held you back, the next step is adopting an unshakable conviction that you deserve the wealth, success, and influence coming your way. It's not just about demolishing old beliefs. You must replace them with a warrior's self-worth. The calm, unspoken assurance that declares, I have survived storms. I am worthy of these blessings. This self-worth isn't about arrogance. It's the silent confidence woven into your posture, your decisions, and the way you speak. Expect onlookers to be startled if they're used to your former meekness. Let them be. You're done shrinking to accommodate anyone's fragile ego. Your spirit needs room to expand. Forging this worthiness can be tricky if you spent years defending yourself or scraping by. It's a radical pivot from thinking you must earn every scrap to realizing the universe already deemed you worthy when it guided you through your trials. Celebrate each small win, a productive day, a heartfelt compliment, without brushing it off. If your mind tries to dismiss your success, correct it. I've earned this. Claiming your worth changes how you deal with people. You'll negotiate more firmly, enforce stronger boundaries, and decline tasks that offer no growth or reciprocity. Some might call you selfish, especially those who enjoyed your old people-pleasing ways. Don't be deterred. A warrior fresh from the gauntlet won't trade self-respect for fleeting approval. That stance sets the tone for the blessings ahead. Money doesn't dominate you. You wield it to magnify your purpose, reflecting your discipline and responsibility. When doubt intrudes, say a sudden setback or expense, resist backsliding into shame or panic. That old pattern is done. One obstacle doesn't negate your entire path. You're the same indomitable spirit who conquered a brutal test. This challenge is merely another stepping stone, refining your ongoing saga. Each adversity aims to rattle your self-worth. Each time you reaffirm, I'm a spiritual warrior, worthy and triumphant. Let your posture radiate that certainty. Let your voice carry it in every conversation. Let your decisions reflect it when you invest your time, money, and energy. In doing so, you assure the universe you can handle greater expansions of fortune. That's how you unleash the synergy of a chosen soul, unstoppable self-worth fueling the unstoppable attraction of all that supports your thriving. Chapter 5. The Magnetic Field of Determined Faith. By standing firm in warrior-level self-worth, you create a magnetic field around you, one that draws in opportunities, allies, and synchronicities as though they were iron filings responding to a magnet. This is the realm of determined faith. It is not just reciting that you believe. Your actions, thoughts, and emotions must resonate with the conviction that destiny favors you, despite outward appearances. Determined faith isn't blind optimism. Your aware struggle can be draining, but you've seen how the universe orchestrates breakthroughs for those who persevere. Each step now reflects calm assurance that open doors will be found or made. While some call you delusional, they secretly envy your unshaken composure, which is your hidden edge. Such faith partly springs from memory. You recall the darkest episodes of your brutal test, moments you almost quit, yet an intangible force pulled you through. Now, combined with your renewed self-worth, that memory fuels a powerful synergy. Keep an eye on subtle confirmations that fortune is magnetizing toward you. Perhaps you receive an unsolicited invitation or stumble upon a random conversation sparking a profit-making idea. Even nature may show signs, like recurring numbers or an energy surge whenever you ponder a certain plan. These aren't coincidences. They're the universe murmuring, "Stay on course. You're tuned in." Expect trials from watchers or new opponents testing the integrity of your field. They might plant seeds of doubt or entice you with unethical proposals. Each scenario checks whether you'll dim your magnetism by straying from your values. The universe invests in hearts aligned with truth. Any deviation weakens your field, so guard your moral ground fiercely. No bribe replaces the cosmic currency of an upright soul. Your faith also amplifies generosity. In a state of determined faith, you realize giving doesn't deplete you, it expands your capacity to receive. You may spontaneously donate to a cause, encourage a friend, or mentor someone. The watchers might call it naive, but you know generosity from abundance strengthens your harmony with the universe, provided you maintain boundaries and preserve your own well-being. Ultimately, determined faith is no static condition. It's a living pulse, maintaining your energy flow. Each day you reaffirm, "I am worthy. The universe supports me. I move forward. Miracles find me." With repetition, your field intensifies, attracting the right people, resources, and inspirations. One day you marvel at how your entire life, relationships, finances, and new avenues glows with the richness you once only fantasized about. That's the unstoppable force of a chosen soul armed with unwavering, determined faith. Chapter 6. Breaking the glass ceiling in your finances. Even after embracing a warrior's self-worth and unwavering faith, you may sense an invisible glass ceiling on how much wealth you allow yourself. It could stem from cultural conditioning, past setbacks, or a deep-rooted belief that real financial abundance belongs to others, not you. To enter true money magnet mode, you must shatter this last barrier. First, question the idea that your finances must remain reasonable. Perhaps you grew up around people who mocked wealth or deemed it corrupt. But the universe has no shortage of resources. Money itself is neutral. It magnifies your intent. Desiring financial freedom isn't greed. It allows you to help loved ones, back worthy causes, and expand your influence. By discarding the notion that you must stay in some mediocre bracket, you free your spirit to imagine a bolder future. Second, check your environment. Do you spend time with people fixated on lack or who ridicule success? Such negativity can erode your faith. If your social circle reinforces scarcity, consider shifting to a tribe that applauds growth. You'll be amazed how quickly your mindset evolves among those who see limitless potential instead of strict limits. Third, transform how you discuss and handle money. If you treat money like a taboo or obsess over it with anxiety, you're reinforcing scarcity. Embrace financial talk with calm respect. Budgeting, investing, and envisioning philanthropic goals. Speak your money dreams aloud, unflinching. I'm building a life of abundance. Each time you declare your readiness for greater prosperity, you enlarge your capacity to receive. Fourth, set financial targets that excite and slightly scare you. That twinge of fear means you're stretching. Root these goals in purpose. Maybe it's funding a community program, establishing a creative legacy, or ensuring security for your family. When aligned with a larger mission, your pursuit of money gains unstoppable momentum. Finally, expect growing pains. As you surpass old limits, unease may surface. Don't view it as a cue to retreat. Lean into it. You're learning to thrive at a higher rung of life's ladder. Some people might scoff at your ambition or grumble that you've changed. That reflects on them, not on you. True allies applaud your ascent and share in your joy. By dismantling the glass ceiling in your financial thinking, you evolve from a sporadic money magnet to a steady force. Your unstoppable synergy, grounded morals, unshakable faith, and big-picture strategy won't be contained in this new arena. Unimagined doors open, and you approach them boldly, certain you belong. Break the ceiling and watch your finances rise to heights once dismissed as fantasy. This is your new normal, chosen one. Chapter 7. Your new legacy, living and giving in overflow. Now that you've activated your money magnet mode, you're no longer scraping by for survival. Life shifts from a grind to a dance of growth and purposeful generosity. With your new synergy, you're set to create a legacy, something lasting and transformative for you and those around you. It's not about faking wealth. It's about living fully, loving deeply, and giving wisely, fueling the abundant cycle the universe intended all along. Your legacy begins in the day-to-day. Fear or desperation no longer drive you. Instead, you approach ventures or investments with calm confidence, aligning them with your passions and ethics. You learn voraciously, seek mentors, and push toward new levels. Where most see risk, you see strategic challenge. Each success cements your reputation as someone who survived a brutal test and emerged unstoppable. While others may watch, you're too focused on expanding your newly claimed territory to worry about their gaze. Then there's giving, the heartbeat of your legacy. You share not just money but also knowledge, mentorship, and hope, especially with those who mirror your pre-breakthrough self. Freed from scarcity, you find joy in fueling others' dreams without depleting your own. The watchers who once envied or doubted may be baffled, but real generosity defies their old stories. And the more you give from strength, the more the universe channels blessings back, sustaining an endless loop of favor. Another layer of legacy is shaping the environment. You might champion a cause or unite a circle of like-minded souls. You challenge people to outgrow limiting beliefs, offering more than financial advice. You model the mindset and heart that spark true success. Over time, you may nurture a community awakened to their possibilities, fueling your mission and multiplying impact. Challenges won't vanish. At higher levels, new trials await. Unscrupulous people, covert sabotage, or revived self-doubts. But by now you have the muscle memory of past victories. You faced betrayal, scarcity, cynicism, and conquered them all. You adapt quickly, refusing to cede the ground you've gained. Above all, your life stands as proof that moral fortitude, raw faith, and strategic action can overturn any fate. You become a living war cry for those still stuck in disbelief. Simply by walking your path, unapologetic about your blessings, determined to uplift others, you illuminate their route. This is the essence of being chosen, stepping into personal abundance and becoming a beacon for countless souls seeking their own breakthrough. So next time you glance at your bank balance, your alliances, or the renewed light in your eyes, remember, you've evolved from tested survivor to champion of unstoppable synergy. You own your power, you own your resources, and you're living proof that when life's trial ends, the universe rewards you, not with a fleeting windfall, but a legacy of abundance echoing far beyond your horizon. The watchers see it, but this time the story is yours. The pen is in your hand, and your legacy has only just begun.